The 17 points of interest at Pebble Beach and the Del Monte Forest are the following. Stop number 3, they called it a Spanish Bay Beach. Spanish explorers camped out here in 1769. They were trying to find the Monterey Bay based on a description from 1602, but it took them a year. This beautiful beach was named Spanish Bay Beach after the early visit. Earlier on the drive, we missed stop number 1, which they called the Shepherd's Knoll. Shepherd's Knoll offers a unique elevated view looking down on Monterey Bay. It's named after local railroad man Abraham D. Shepherd, who also built the Upper Scenic Road on 17 Drive and the Forest. Also earlier, we missed Point Jew, which they called Huckleberry Hill. Take into the street top level view of Huckleberry Hill, where you can see Santa Cruz in the distance. The 10 Huckleberry-filled hills, which have been set aside as permanent preserve forest, were rumored to be frequented by writers Robert Louis Stevenson and John Steinbeck. This is Point 5, which is also known as Point Jew. Early mariners mistook Point Jew as the entrance to Monterey Bay, making it the site of many shipwrecks. In the early 1900s, a man named Jew lived in a driftwood here, selling trinkets to tourists and tending goats. It is debated whether Jew was named after for the point, or the point was named for Jew. Also, we miss Point 4, which they called the Restless Sea. The Restless Sea earns its name as one of the most turbulent sections of coastline and Pebble Beach. Waves are constantly converging and crossing into each other, likely caused by submerged rocks. This is Point 7, which they called Bird Rock. This wildlife hub is buzzing with birds, harbor seals, and barking sea lions. Bird Rock was actually covered in 4 to 5 feet of pelican and cormorant guano until 1930, when it was harvested as a fertilizer. Sea lion took advantage of the cleaned off first and have been sunbathing there ever since. Also, we passed by Point 6, which is also known as China Rock. China Rock was the site of a small Chinese fishing village in the late 1800s. We are passing Point 8, also known as Sail Rock. The Tuckaway Beach at the mouth of Sail Rock Creek is a great spot to stretch your legs and explore. picnic, explore tide pools, or hike on the boardwalk toward the colorful gingerbread house. Also, we are passing by point number 9, which is they also called as Fanshill Beach Overlook. Fanshill Beach is one of the primary popping habitats for harbor seals on the Central Coast. This is stop number 11, which is also called Crocker Grove. Crocker Grove is home to the largest and oldest Monterey cypress trees in existence. It is named after Charles Crocker, the railroad baron responsible for building the luxurious Hotel del Monte in Monterey, and the original 17-mile drive Pebble Beach contains one of only 2 native Monterey cypress forests in the world. The other is across Carmel at Point Lobos State Park. We miss Point 10, which they called Cypress Point Lockout. Cypress Point Lockout offers a spectacular spot to catch sunsets thanks to its southwest views. The pure white sand of the beach below is home to harbor seals, who each spring return to bear their young, closed after April 1 to June 1 for popping season. Point 12 is the Lone Cypress. For more than 250 years, the world-famous Lone Cypress has braved the element atop its rocky pedestal overlooking the Pacific Ocean. Known as Midway Point and the original 17-mile drive, this iconic tree has been the logo for Pebble Beach Resorts since its founding in 1919. Point 13 is Ghost Trees at Pescadero Point. Ghost Trees at Pescadero Point is a unique staff full of spooky, sun-bleached cypress trees. It is also a legendary big wave surf spot, with swells approaching 50 feet in the right winter condition. Due to time constraint, we will intentionally pass point number 14, point 15, point 16, and point 17. We plan to come back later when time allows someday. Point 14, they called it Pebble Beach Visitor Center. From its early days as a simple shopping point and a scenic carriage ride to its emergence as the golf capital of the world, the fascinating story of Pebble Beach is brought to life at the Pebble Beach Visitor Center. The near Visitor Center is a wonderful stop to learn about Pebble Beach history, pick up souvenir, or grab a refreshment for the drive. Point 15 is Pebble Beach Golf Links. No public course in the United States can match the major championship pedigree of Pebble Beach Golf Links, built by amateur golfers Jack Neville and Douglas Grant in 1919. Pebble Beach hosted its 6th U.S. Open in June 2019, to go along with 5 U.S. amateurs, 2 U.S. women amateurs, and the 1977 PGA Championship. Ranked the number 1 course in America, Pebble Beach Golf Links has also been selected to host the 2023 U.S. Women's Open and 2027 U.S. Open. Learn more about the rich history of Pebble Beach at the Wall of Champions behind the first tee. Point 16 is Pebble Beach Equestrian Center. The Pebble Beach Equestrian Center opened in 1924, just 5 years after Pebble Beach Golf Links. It hosted the U.S. team trials ahead of the 1960 Olympics. Choose from a variety of guided horseback tours are available daily. And point 17 is Ford Meadow. Robert F. Ford, 1907 to 1979, knew he was home when he passed by this meadow. A generous donor to the work of the Monte Forest Conservancy, the meadow was dedicated to his memory on August 26, 1981.